Hey, yo.
If I can be serious for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Acknowledge me.
Oh, yeah. We're back, baby. Episode number 97 of the Sit Down Marks podcast. What's going on out there, everybody? Yep, we still are the best kept secret in wrestling podcast, right? Of
Not
course.
for long.
Well, I tell you what, Big Beef, he'll let you know if you don't listen to the pod.
It's the Beefster here, and I'm telling you, you better turn into the Sit Down Marks podcast with AJ, Dirty Bird, and Primo. And if you don't, Beef's gonna have to hit you with that beefy bomb. Tune in, folks. They won't disappoint you.
Oh, yeah, old Big Beef, man. He had a great 2022. Looking for more big things in 2023. It's good to have the boys, the Marks, all back together. Air hugs. The boys are back. What's going on, Primo? AJ, how you guys
Don't mind that butt squeeze.
Mind that butt squeeze. It's great. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a fucking month. Been getting the jitters and the shakes, the Jimmy legs.
I've seen
The old Jimmy
you,
legs.
I think, in person more lately than I've seen you virtually.
This is true. Yes.
Yes. On another note. But did you boys have a good holiday, man?
I did. I want to show off this really quick.
Okay.
Look at this. Look at this fucking beauty. Look what I got in the mail for Christmas. But wait. For those listening, it's one of those awesome like coffee
You don't get
mugs.
to know.
And, yeah, no, fuck yourself. It's amazing. It's amazing. I fucking love it. It's like my favorite thing I've ever owned.
We got to get those into production ASAP.
Oh my god, yes. So thank you, boys. This is fucking
Right.
amazing.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. And joining us today, the Better Harris brother. Get those booze ready. Yep. Not by popular demand. He's just back.
He's just back, yeah.
So here he is. What's going on, Maggle?
Your indifference turns into hatred so quickly, you stinky, stinky Marks. But guess what? I'm here to let you know something there, Markland, that you don't know what you want. Only I know what you want. I'm going to give it to you, because I'm here to come on you harder than any other man has ever come on you.
Any man. Me, Michael and Magnum TA coming on people since the 80s.
That's right.
I feel like those boos are becoming more intense as time goes on.
Those ladies who tell you you suck are really mean.
Yeah, you know, what are you going to do, though? I mean, I'm sitting here looking like a fucking blobfish on a couch. Like,
blobfish!
Pretty bad right now. So, fuck him. I don't know.
Yeah, Michael's got the old doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Yeah, doctor said I need a
backiotomy.
Seriously, man, it feels like I got fucking worked over with a baseball bat. Like, it's, I'm in rough shape right now. But you know what? You know what I get to do all day? Lay on my ass and watch some wrestling. So that's
not bad.
That's what we all.
Yeah, I've had worse.
All inspired to be, man. That's what I want to do. Give me a job where I lay around and watch wrestling all day. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no shit. I want that.
Yeah. I want to thank all the sponsors, everybody listening on all the podcast platforms out there, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, and all those podcast platforms you hear me mention all year long. And also we want to thank SportzWire Online Radio for playing us all year long, usually on Fridays right before the Thomas Bryce Show throughout the week, which is number one sports report show in the world. Go check him out, Thomas Bryce, on SportzWire Online Radio and throughout the week. I want to thank Thomas Bryce and hope everybody has had a great Christmas and a Happy New Year over there, all our brethren in the SportzWire Online Radio family. All right, Primo, let's get this thing rolling, man. Let's see what the old jukebox is, how he's going to kick off the show for us today.
Jukity.
What? I just assumed he was a he.
Jukity box. It's almost 2023. Jukity box can be whatever Jukity box wants to be.
That's true. Oh, hell yeah. He's still
Why?
hacking out them bones.
Last night I dug your picture
Hell
out
yeah.
from our old dresser drawer.
All right, he's digging up bones.
They're changing the
All
channel
right.
I hated that.
as we speak. Ooh.
What the?
Why are you playing Taz's music?
It's very similar, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That's Roman's music
No,
minus
Taz,
Shield.
Taz has the heartbeat.
Oh yeah. That.
Down. Yeah.
I do love me some Taz, though.
It's Taz.
Taz loves some of you.
Taz does love him some you.
Good. Well, I hope he's listening. So, welcome to the show, Taz. I am the Dirty Bird. It's time to talk
Remember
about
that
what
one
we're going
time
to talk
AJ
about.
called you a potato?
I
that
stand
was
by it.
early. He don't mean it anymore, Taz.
No, he still looks like a potato. But he's just an awesome potato.
Yeah, he's a cool potato.
I mean, he's always been an awesome potato, but
unlike Maggle, who's currently a couch potato.
Ooh,
very
segue.
good.
Very nice.
Feel like a mashed potato?
All right, we hope your holiday was great. We also hope that we were able to get in your ears during the holiday travel that you had. We hope you made it all back home safely to all your Christmas endeavors. This week, we are back at you for the last time of the year. As of 2023, we'll be recording on our YouTube channel on Mondays, reminder, and the audio pod, which you listen to right now, is going to drop on Tuesdays. So looking forward to that. And so we're going to be cranking those pods out earlier in the week for you. So excited to be doing that. This week, Primo is going to host a Squared Circle Questions, the end-of-year edition, so to speak. AJ is going to dive into the pod's past episodes and choose a top 5 or top 3 to discuss, and what will be our final drop dick. See,
Drop dick.
Old drop dick.
it's only
Sounds like
appropriate
last week.
that I chop that up right.
That's right.
Chop it up, dicks. That's what he
Drop
does.
dick.
Let's try again.
Digging up bones and chopping up dicks.
That's right. And what will be our final drop kick discussion as a constant segment on the pod. So in 2023, it's going to come back occasionally, but we will be debuting new segments and fun wrestling trivia aspects in its place. So it's done us very well for the first 100 episodes. So we're going to be sending that one off. And lastly, we're going to talk all the latest in wrestling and briefly recap the highlights of 2022 in wrestling and much more. Michael's probably going to get on my nerves, but that's why we brought him here. So, Primo,
Always.
let's get it one more time in 2022. Hit my shit. Fuck you, Michael.
No, normally you wait.
Mr. Cage, Shadow, sweetheart.
This is the wild child, Connor Hopkins.
This is Christian Rose. Yo, this is the most dope, CJ Esparza.
This is the Croc Rocket, Nickel Back Poppin', Curls for all the girls, the Perminator, Sam Beal.
And you are listening to the Sit Down Marks podcast.
And you are listening to the Sit Down Marks podcast with DB, Primo, and AJ.
With Primo, DB, and AJ on the Sit Down Marks podcast.
And I am on the Sit Down Marks podcast, and we're going to get some perfection today, baby.
All right,
Perfection
so
today, baby.
yeah, love it. Curls for all the girls. All right, so next time me and AJ are going to work will be January the 27th for Iron Spirit Pro. The newly crowned champion, CJ Esparza, former guest on the pod, is going to be defending his title for the first time. But the big thing that night, AJ, is we finally going to put these tag team title belts on somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm looking forward to that. It's
Yeah,
going to be the sit down marks. You watch.
Right. Yeah, we're
We're not even in the tournament, but it's going to be
No.
us.
But if we take out all the other tag teams in the back, they're forced to make us.
Yeah,
they
what
gotta
else?
have a show, right? So
What are they going to do?
Right.
Although, how's this going to work? I can't take out anyone. I'm supposed to be a babyface. I have
So,
to fight fair.
Right. So 815 is taking on technical difficulties in the main event, January 27th, to be the first ever newly crowned Iron Spirit Pro Tag Team titles. If you hadn't had a chance to see those yet, go to Iron Spirit Pro on Twitter and scroll down and see the belts there. They kind of have like a little bit of they're very similar to the Iron Spirit Pro title, but they kind of have like a little vibe of how the IC title looks right now. So
I think they're super sharp.
Yeah, so they're looking good. So
Clean.
and then after that, we're going back to work at Dreamwave Wrestling, February the 11th. That's the big show with Nick Aldis, Raven, Hacksaw, Jim Duggan.
Oh!
You know, I don't think I've ever been as excited to meet anyone as I am to meet Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Me too. He's in the headlines I hear later, so can't wait to talk about that. So let's move on, boys. Let's talk about what we're watching on TV. And as we've all discussed here before, not a whole lot has happened in the world of wrestling in the last 2 weeks during the holidays and that kind of stuff. So, but let's start off first with AEW, man. Of course, we are in the middle of MJ's kind of beginning title run. His first little feud with putting up the title was against Ricky Starks, correct? Was that his first defense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I kind of like this though in a way because you feel like Ricky's coming back later. Like it didn't feel like it's over. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, not at all. He kind of got walloped.
Right. What do you guys think about the Action Andretti story where Chris Jericho's putting him over?
Wah wah. I don't know why, but anything that Chris Jericho's been doing nowadays, even when he's putting someone else over, I'm just not a fan.
Yeah,
I'm with it. I'm with it because that's exactly it. That's exactly it, right there. Because I praised Chris Jericho this whole time, and people were griping about Chris Jericho before, and now he puts somebody over, and people still gripe. I mean,
it's not. Go ahead.
I'm not griping. I'm just, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
No, the problem isn't Jericho's win-loss ratio. It's his goddamn saturation on everything on AEW. It's the goddamn Chris Jericho show.
Yeah, he's kind of
like you want to talk about. You want to talk about MJF? Like, how long did Jericho have to just be like right attached to him because he was the hot new thing for a year? Like, I completely killed MJF's momentum for a year. Like, it was ridiculous.
See, I think Jericho did a good job of putting MJF over during that whole entire thing.
I thought so too.
God. I disagree with that, but okay.
He knocked him off of a cage.
He did.
He made him look like a fucking goof who was arguing with an old man.
Goof.
He's like, oh, look, a 20-some-year-old kid is going to pick a fight with a man in his 50s who needs to stop. And then this became deathmatch garbage asshole Chris Jericho, not professional wrestler Chris Jericho, but like, light tubes and pizza cutters and it's fuck off. Like,
well, what about Top Flight? They're kind of getting a rub too from Moxley and Claudio right now. So it seems like they're trying to jump in, lean in a little more on their young, what they think is their, stars or whatever. So I'll be honest, I've never seen Action Andretti until the night he wrestled Jericho and won.
I didn't either.
I'll be honest. I see a lot of wrestling, but if I've never seen, But obviously, they think a lot of them makes for kind of a different storyline that they didn't have going right now.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be unveiling a new set too, kind of a refresh coming up in Seattle, the first show of the year.
I'm curious as to how that's going to go, because what can they do to update it exactly? That is, because the set right now is fine. Like, I like the set right now. It's very non-WWE, and I think that's great.
I think they're going to
It's more like old TNA.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to just like appear in the ring as a hologram.
Yeah, it's old TNA complete with Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. So.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah. Oh,
and Sanjay Dutt. And...
Oh yeah, don't forget Sanjay. Yeah.
Max Caster in his rap said he's going to send them back to the Impact Zone.
Okay, can we talk about Max Caster for a second?
Sure, I'd love to.
We can. This is a wrestling podcast. You can do that.
It's great.
But but him specifically. I have never
Oh.
had a bigger turnaround on a performer than I have on Max Caster. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I don't know why. I don't know how. But he got over with me. Like, he really, really did. I kind of wish he was still a heel, but whatever.
Yeah.
But I was amazed. Like, last time I watched him on TV, I was like, okay, oh shit. I'm like, do I admit to this, or do I just continue my dislike for Max Caster? But I'm like, nope, I'm on board.
Right. Well, I'm glad you brought this up because I kind of want to talk about this because, and this is nothing against Anthony Bowens. I think he's great. You know what I'm saying? But
he is.
You know, yeah. But you know, Max he's the Shawn Michaels. Okay.
He's the charisma.
Right. Yeah. And like I keep thinking like he's going to be great as a single. You know what I mean? Like I just think he is. Like I think he needs to tweak the gimmick a little bit, but like I don't know. Like I get this is just a comparison. This is not a prediction. This is not another way. But I'm getting like Rock and Nation of Domination's vibes right now. Is like Max being in that tag team. Like he's gonna break out and be like a single star. I think eventually. So. But he's so good on the mic, man. Like I'm getting Rock vibes for sure.
Maybe.
I said you probably missed that. I said I'm getting a little bit of vibe of like I'm feeling like Max is like Rock in Nation of Domination right now. Not saying he's going to come out and be as big as Rock, but he's going to break out big as a single. I think later.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So Death Triangle. Where are we at right now with Young Bucks? Death Triangle still up 3-2.
It's 3-2.
Going into tonight.
It's still going on.
It's good. It's. I mean, it's obviously going to go to the 7th match.
Does anyone give a flying fuck about Death Triangle and the Young Bucks at this point?
Not the storyline, but these matches are fucking.
I love these matches.
Awesome.
They're the same goddamn match over and over, guys. Come on.
I mean,
but that's how they get me because that's my shit.
Right.
I hate.
I like that stuff too.
You're all assholes.
And you know what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't know. I've enjoyed it, man. I really have. Even with the no DQ last week.
So. I'm on Michael's side on this one. I could care less about the Young Bucks, the Elite. I don't want to see them at all. I'm so sour towards all of that. Even if their matches are fantastic, I don't want to watch them.
They're not fantastic.
There are other matches that will entertain me just as much, and I won't have to be reminded of how stupid that whole situation was.
I don't know why anyone is still giving these fucking clowns the benefit of the doubt here. They've been doing the same shit since they've been on the indies in fucking Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. It's the same goddamn match.
Hello, Michael. Everybody fucking does the same shit. It's called being a wrestler. You do the same fucking gimmick mostly your whole fucking time as a wrestler.
You're going to tell me as an old school NWA fan that everyone had the same match over and over. You're going to fucking tell me that right now.
No, I'm not. No, I didn't say match. You said they're doing the same thing. I mean, it's kind of like their gimmick, but they're having 7. I feel like they're having 7 matches because there are going to be 7 badass matches. And I don't know. I mean, yes, you don't like that kind of wrestling. It's not my kind of wrestling either, but I still fucking love watching it. You know what I mean? Like I love, hoss fights. That's my shit. You know what I mean?
Hoss.
Yeah, but the difference is, like, you can tell the difference between a good hoss fight and just a garbage, overly choreographed pile of shit, right? Like, you can tell the difference between that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can, but I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not interested in the story. I feel like we're on our way to the Bucks winning 4-3, coming back from 3 down 3-1, coming back from, you know what I mean? Like that's probably what they're going to do, but. I don't care much either, but I mean, it's hard for me not to watch a match with Death Triangle. And basically the Ray Finnitz, as what's his name says all the time, and Zero Miedo, but I don't know. It's still good shit, man. I think are you guys still hanging on to the gossip stuff a little too much? Are you guys holding that against them in their wrestling? That's what I'm questioning.
No, I've erased it from my mind.
Me too.
I just, if CM Punk's not back, they shouldn't be back. That's my thing, and I don't want to watch them if either they all should be back or none of them should be back.
Okay.
In my opinion. So the fact that they're there and Punk isn't, whether or not he should be or not, like whether or not you disagree with that or agree with that is totally irrelevant.
Right.
It's the fact that they're being treated differently, and I don't like that.
Because
they were all in that room, every single one of them.
Sure.
No matter the hearsay or the conjecture, whatever. If the Bucks are back, CM Punk should be back, or none of them should be. So I don't want any of it, like at all. I don't care.
I'm letting it go because I feel like we haven't seen the last of Punk. I feel like we haven't.
I hope not, especially in AEW, but I can see him being done.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I could see it too, but I don't know. I just kind of think at some point it's going to get nasty between AEW and there's going to be some sort of tiff, and when these free agent signings start popping up, contracts start running out, and these guys are kind of fighting over, who they want and that kind of stuff. I don't know. That's when wrestling was good, when these companies were in competition with each other. I mean, they are now, but they're kind of playing nice. But
it's so much better when they're friendly with each other, because then you get so many more possibilities and match opportunities and cool combinations that you would never have because companies hate each other and don't want to work together. Like it's
right.
Like look at WWE really quick. Shinsuke Nakamura is in Japan fighting the Great Muta. That's Triple H is doing. Like that's how it should be. That's going to be fucking awesome.
It. That's awesome. Yeah.
And now Shinsuke is going to come back and or retire. I don't know. But the fact that he's able to do that because Triple H is like, no, we're going to have a working relationship with other places. There are other companies outside of WWE that can be utilized, and I love that. Right. I hope they do it more.
Right, but you think AEW is on their no list for doing the work with?
I hope not. I really hope not.
Yeah,
I think AEW is on their no list because their wrestlers keep getting fucking injured, and WWE wants nothing to do with that shit. So AEW, and this is just watching it from its inception, from a business standpoint, AEW is a disaster. Like, I don't care what about the wrestling or the storylines. As a business, it is a fucking train wreck. And if you don't see that, then you don't want to see it. And that's the only real thing going on here. So for WWE to actually do business with another company, it needs to be a business that's not going to open them up to liabilities. Working with AEW absolutely will do that. Working with New Japan will not do that. So AEW, it's, for whatever you want to say about it, Tony Khan is in way over his head at this point. His wrestlers keep getting injured. That is a fact. That is not an opinion. So it is not a well-run wrestling company, and WWE is not going to touch that with their giant conglomerate corporate structure and their shareholders. It's not going to happen unless AEW does a massive change soon.
Do I look like Orange Cassidy right now?
No, you don't.
I don't want to punch you in the face, so no.
All right, so last note I got on AEW, this is one thing I don't. Man, Rick Ross, he does not need a microphone in his hand during a wrestling segment.
No, he does not.
This was so bad. Like, this is my shit on AEW for the week. Yeah, but like the whole brick thing, like, that's all right. We ain't seen nothing like that in a while. Okay, cool. And the brick actually busted. So I don't know if it was a gimmicked one or not. Probably
nope.
But I just thought that was bad. You guys got anything for AEW?
You already went over what I wanted to talk about with AEW.
Well, all right, let's move on. Let's talk a couple things for Impact. Okay, now not only are they turning me off with Bully Ray, they're turning us off with Tommy Dreamer, Bully Ray feud. Like, come on, man.
Yep.
Come on. You guys are killing yourselves. Like, this is self-mutilation.
Welcome back to the Aughts, Dirty. It's Aught 7 again, baby.
Man, well, I'm like, man, I was like so into Impact. Now I'm like dreading it because as soon as I turn it on, they show Bully Ray walking to the building and Tommy, like, they're chuffing each other. Like, man, get out of here, dude.
Impact was doing so good for a little bit there.
They
They were doing so good.
Totally agree. They got this January 13th Hard to Kill pay-per-view. If they honestly, they put the belt on Bully Ray, unless he turns around and lose it next week or something, I may have to not watch it.
Not watch it, yeah.
Right. That's where I'm at because
I think
their roster's so good, and we got to watch this Bully Ray Dreamer feud for.
Well, I think the best thing about that is that
nothing.
It'd be like me and AJ feuding because we're co-hosts on a podcast together.
Right?
Like
yeah. We busted radio this morning, working on. You know what I mean? Like I get it. I mean, that's great. The show's awesome. Like I said, once again, not against Bully Ray, but man, his time was over. This roster was good, man. They were taking off. Sammy was coming back. You know what I mean? Like, it's, oh man, just yeah.
It's like when Hogan got to TNA in 2006 or whenever he got to TNA, and then the whole entire thing was just old man yelling at wrestling ring.
Oh, some Bischoff
bullshit.
got there and hired Hulk. And
yeah, are they trying to recreate that?
Immortal happened.
I mean,
first of all, I don't like Bully Ray. I didn't like Bully Ray. I didn't like the Dudley Boys, even back when they were at the height of their popularity.
I did.
I didn't. I loved Edge and Christian.
I've always liked. Yeah.
I liked them in the matches that they were in, but I could like the whole way. It's like that became dated like literally 30 seconds after you did it the first time, and they're still. They were still doing it as of like 4 years ago. Just stop. Just stop. That's
right.
So
okay. But if you had been a 3D fan growing up, every time they do that, it would pop you, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
Without question. I mean,
sure.
It's
cheesy as shit, but
yeah, but I hated it. I hated it back then. I hated it now.
Yeah.
But that being said, I love their matches, like especially like the the matches that they had with the Hardys or Edge and Christian or classics.
I'll shit you not. Probably at least once a month. I'll say once a month is fair. Once a month is fair. I'll go back and watch Bully Ray putting Mae Young through the table off the stage, dude. That's fun to watch. Like, she lived through that, so it's okay, right?
Wait, is Mae Young was she the alleged sex trafficker? No, that was
Moolah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Mae Young. She's the one that had the hand baby.
Yes, with Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah, she's the one who had she had a pretty good sense of humor about herself.
I love it.
Yeah, she did. Awesome. She did. Sexual Chocolate. That was it.
Sexual Chocolate.
What did you say? Chocolate.
What'd you call her?
Chocolate Thunder. I don't know why.
Chocolate Thunder.
Oh, yeah. So my last note for Impact was Sammy's back, and it looks like they're kind of using him to maybe try to get this. They're just calling the design now, the new with Big Con.
They're not so violent anymore.
The guy from Dark Order. Alan Angels.
Yeah.
Alan Angels. Yeah, he's in it now. So, but let's move on to WWE, man. Let's talk here. So it kind of feels like maybe they're starting to set the seeds. The turn is coming soon for the bloodline on Sammy.
Yeah, I okay. I like it all.
I like it all too. Yeah. It's entertaining. It's good.
So
Michael, are you enjoying the Sami Zayn bloodline?
I am, mostly because here's what's going on. You got Paul Heyman, who is just always dynamite on the mic. Roman's fucking awesome right now. The Usos are doing great, especially when Jimmy or Jay break because of Sammy. Solo's doing really good in his role, and then Sami Zayn has always been one of my favorites, and he's just killing it right now. The storyline's good. I love the tension in the group. Just between the Usos and like the triangle between Usos and Sammy. But yeah, I could see a turn coming, but I don't know. I'm not really excited about that turn just yet. I would like to see it play it a little bit more.
But who turns on who? Like,
Well,
does the Bloodline turn on Sami Zayn?
Yeah. My prediction is Sammy's going to be the reason why they lose to John Cena and KO on Friday. And then that'll be the start of the seed and Roman being pissed at him. And then they're eventually going to kick him out or, something like
that. I think that...
just a guess.
Like, I initially wanted Sami Zayn to take one of the titles off of Roman, but now I think that it's actually to that. I think that KO and Sami Zayn are going to take the tag titles off of the Usos, which I would fucking love. That'd be so awesome. Just to watch those four guys like in the ring together would be just amazing.
When Roman loses the titles, you think he's going to lose them one by one or both together?
One by one, because I don't think they want another like Roman. Why am I still wearing these sunglasses? Roman has been the most important entertainer in wrestling for the past 2 years. Like, hands down, you can't argue. I mean, you could, but you'd be wrong.
Yeah, it's him.
And I don't think another wrestler in WWE could do that. Carry both titles and do it well. Like, I think they need to split the titles again. Gotcha. And I swear to fuck, if they put one of them on The Rock, I will stop watching.
Seth's getting one of them. Seth's got to get one of them, right? Don't y'all think?
I think I'm terrified it's going to be Drew McIntyre one, and then Cody the other one. Which Cody I'd be fine with, like, because sweet. But Drew McIntyre,
yeah,
no.
What? You guys heard anything? Is Cody a pre-Rumble rumor, or post-Rumble? You think?
He makes his return at the Rumble.
Yeah, I think him, Andrade, and Charlotte all come back at the Rumble.
I agree. Yes.
Which would be nice. I like that.
I miss Charlotte. I miss her a lot.
Me too. Is Bray wrestled yet, man? Like, why I'm getting a little over
wrestled.
this.
He just wrestled at MSG on the house show.
All right, so not on TV, but yeah,
he wrestled a cameraman.
They're saving it, it's a big deal.
He's wrestled his inner demons.
we need to get there. We need to get there.
Well,
I can see him.
Wrestling fans need to be patient.
Like
it'll be worth it when the time comes.
He's not my first prediction to win the Rumble, but I can see him. I like
how we always talk angles, and Primo gets all goddamn philosophical about
it'll be worth the wait.
You guys will see in the end it's going to pay off, and
maybe
it's okay. It's okay to want something now because how long have we been seeing Bray do this Gaga shit?
For 2 months now.
Yeah, man.
Dirty. That's called a gimmick, and that's called wrestling. That people do the same thing over and over, and then you just have to sit there and like it.
That doesn't.
And you can't complain because that's wrestling. It's a gimmick.
That doesn't even
and you
relate,
do the same
Michael.
things back and forth.
No, that doesn't relate. I'm talking about wanting to see Bray wrestle.
That's like when they did the Emelina little promos for 6 months, and then finally
I just think that it's fine for him to do house shows right now, but WrestleMania is literally around the corner, so why blow your load now?
It's a good point.
To sell tickets to WrestleMania.
He needs a match at Rumble, though, right?
Yeah, but
he needs a match. Yeah,
couldn't you sell tickets on the idea of him wrestling at WrestleMania?
Plus, WrestleMania is going to be sold out. They could not announce a single match beforehand, and WrestleMania is going to be sold out. Like, that's just
all
the thing.
3 nights of it.
It's one of those self-sustaining fucking machines at this point. I feel like they could do anything, and it's going to sell out. Both nights.
That's true. I mean, WrestleMania will always sell out. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, but whether or not it's any good is an entirely different conversation.
I'll tell you this, though. I don't normally watch it. Raw was like a recap show, so it wasn't shit on Raw. But SmackDown was a fun, decent little holiday show, man. It was all right. I usually don't watch it, but we were all sitting around chilling.
12-year-old AJ was very amused by the New Day.
Yeah.
All I wanted to say was about the beginning. Go ahead, AJ.
just the New Day being nutcrackers and kicking nuts in a very robotic way it made me laugh more than it probably should have.
All I was going to say was, as far as SmackDown goes, I had two things. Number one is I couldn't be any more disinterested than when Hit Row is on my television.
No, oh my God. I agree.
Yeah, I think we're all on the choir of that one for sure.
Oh my God.
Yes. Golly, take your pajama outfit home and just do something else.
It's like they don't even really exist. It's like when they're on TV, no one is on TV. Like it's just an empty.
It's a void.
Ring. Yes, like nothing's on. That is not a good endorsement.
And while it was a women's gauntlet for the number one contendership, it's been a while since we've seen a good gauntlet match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I was pulling for Sonya. I really was. I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm a Sonya fan.
I want to. I guess the WrestleMania match is going to be probably Shayna and Ronda, right?
I would assume so. Yeah, and Shayna wins it.
Yeah, Shayna gets her belt. Thank goodness.
It's about time for
yes
Shayna.
I like that.
I've been a fan of Shayna for a while.
Badass, yeah. I love Shayna Baszler. Give her belts.
I hope they just go out and throw Taz's at each other.
No, they're just gonna put Liv Morgan over again for some reason.
Yeah.
Nikki ASH is gonna take some sort of fucking.
Yeah, she's gonna go back to Nikki ASH.
She's gonna revert to ASH.
Yes, and win the title.
So NXT, right? Have you guys seen this guy Scripps? That's Reggie.
Reggie, right?
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not I'm kind of embarrassed by.
And Reggie is athletic as shit too, right?
He is,
but like the Scripps thing, no. Yeah.
No. The name is kind of it's cool, if you throw something with it. But yeah, this is the outfit and oh man, the same. Yeah.
Is Shawn Michaels in charge of NXT right now?
Yeah.
Well, when you only got one eye on the product, I guess that's.
Who knows where that other eye is looking? It could be anywhere. Just off in the distance.
Yeah, he certainly doesn't have the magic that Triple H does.
You're still in my top 5, HBK.
When you only have one eye on.
I love him.
Well, no, he has both eye on if it's directly in front of his face because his eyes are crossed. He got kicked by a mule.
So Schism finally wrestled together. I think they were all waiting for their tights to come in. Joe Gacy.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the tights to come in. Yeah. So they would all match. But I'm happy that they're letting Wesley have a good little nice. He's had some hard title defenses for the North American Championship. I'm glad they're letting him stay on top. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want
that was a good match. It was good.
I want Wesley to win the Intercontinental title. I fucking love Wesley. He's so awesome. Dope. It really would be.
Every time, it's funny. Like, obviously, we talked about this in the past about me knowing I have a friend that's not a wrestling fan at all, but literally every time Wesley does something cool, because we both know him,
right?
Mm-hmm. I text my buddy who's not a wrestling fan. I'm like, and he's just like, "Holy shit, he's really doing it!"
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And not only is he really doing it, he's good at it. Like he's there and he's over and he's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's athletic as shit. You guys got anything else for the recap, boys?
Every time I don't see Joe Gacy, I forget Joe Gacy exists. I have a permanent blind spot of Joe Gacy.
That's us with Hit Row. Joe Gacy, I'm indifferent to Joe Gacy.
He's like a discount Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's very good.
I mean, yeah,
it's very good.
That's
script.
very good.
It's a knockoff of his old gimmick, kind of, really. So
yeah, it is.
Yep. All right, boys, let's move on, man. It's time for the last Dropkick discussion of the year.
Is there a soundbite?
Yes.
There is, but I was trying to remember. It's been so long.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Havens, the Argyle assassin himself, giving them all the shivers. This is the one and only Mike Hartenbauer.
This is Space Jesus, Billy Starks.
This is referee Dan Perch.
What's up, bozos? This is Trevor Outlaw.
you can address me as yours rudely. And you're listening to the Sit Down Marks podcast.
You guys are listening to Sit Down Marks podcast.
You're listening to Sit Down Marks podcast.
Come celebrate pro wrestling right here on the Sit Down Marks podcast.
With DB, Primo, and AJ.
With DB, Primo, and AJ.
With Primo, DB, and AJ.
And you're listening to DB, Primo, AJ here on the Sit Down Marks podcast, the best podcast for professional wrestling.
The best. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. Now it's time for AJ's Dropkick Discussion of the week. Take it away, AJ.
That's all I wanted. So, as everyone knows, we've been doing the Ghosts of Dropkick Discussions.
I'm glad y'all read the descriptions. Good for you guys.
Yeah, see, I can do it. And so, being as this is our last show of the year and start of the new year, we're heading in kind of a different direction. We're entering a new era in the Sit Down Marks podcast. So I wanted to revisit from episode number 15, which coincidentally enough is how many boobs Homer saw when he was on spring break. Top 5 best entrances. Not entrance music. Mind you, those are two separate things. Top 5 best entrances of all time.
Bang,
so,
bang.
Thank you. I went back and I found mine anyways. I'm sure you guys remember yours as well. Because a lot of them were the same, obviously. We all had Taker. We all had Stone Cold. I believe 2 of us had Bray Wyatt. But there were a couple of mine that I was like, these are incorrect. Like, and I have to add some just based on this last year alone. So, I mean, do you guys remember what yours are at all?
No idea.
So Ric Flair, Undertaker, Stone Cold were 3 of yours. Primo, I think there were 3 of yours. I think the Hardys were on yours because that'll make your dick hard.
Obvious.
Sure.
So, but the one on mine that I had, it was my number 5 was the Ultimate Warrior, and because that's all he was an entrance. And then the rest of them just fucking sucked. But I need to kick him off the list because Roman Reigns' new entrance that he's been using for however long is phenomenal. Like he switched up his music. The big holograph Roman is stupid, but they're always going to be stupid.
I like big holograph Roman a lot more than the Usos holographs.
Oh my god, the Usos, they look like fucking stupid.
And I love the Usos, but those things look weird.
They look like panda bears.
I can't get over how stupid those holograms are.
They're so dumb. I love how they start, and then they just have like one motion. They're just like...
I like sometimes instead of the statues they do the tree of life one. That one's pretty cool.
See that one's okay. They're all
it's like a very technological hologram that only works in 8-bit. Like,
yes, they're just like
this goes to 1.
They're such shit.
Pursue the tools and we come once.
I can't think of even one hologram that's actually like, oh, that's cool. They're all garbage.
That one's up there as far as shitty as the big time Beck's one's pretty bad too.
Yeah. That was really bad.
And I like Becky Lynch.
The Bel Air one is awful too. It's like the giant lips.
Oh, the lips.
It's so fucking bad.
That is the worst one I think I have ever seen. And like I already don't like Bianca Belair. And then you throw that stupidity like on the screen.
Yeah, the RK Bro snakes fighting each other.
See, that one was stupid, but again, fine.
I hate Matt
more
Riddle
corny,
so much.
yeah.
But
he
like
had the fucking giraffes flying out of his dick or something when he got in the ring too. Like,
yes, he did have giraffes flying out of his dick. But the Bianca Belair one, just the fact that I already hate her. I hate her song. I'm on my own. I get blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up.
Against the wall.
Oh, it's just terrible. Yeah. I don't understand. But so back to entrances. The rest of mine hold up. Like Finn Balor obviously doesn't use the cool entrance anymore, which I fucking miss.
But his music is cool.
It'll always be cool. Shinsuke is back to his awesome music, which is fun.
Okay,
And then
so AJ won last time, right? AJ and Finn. AJ won last time when they wrestled.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe this time he goes, well, you might have beat me, but you haven't beat the demon.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Anyway,
Captain Insano.
Be a good idea.
The demon can only be a face, though. He can't be a heel.
God clearly came down from the heavens and destroyed the ropes to take the demon out last time he showed up.
Well, that's because
never forget.
That's because the celestial powers are only on the bloodline side.
They are, even though Roman is a heel.
Right.
That's my favorite part of that. Is
It's
Roman
clear
is a
because
fucking heel.
it's all because
Cause you're the twos and we the ones.
So can you guys think of any entrances in the past year or so that should maybe get a little bit of a consideration on this list? Also,
I mean,
Michael,
honestly,
go ahead, Primo.
I was gonna say, I mean, the overproduced, highly expensive pyrotechnic Cody Rhodes entrance is pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's the same every time, but there's a lot of fireworks and a lot of money spent. So I'll give it that. Yeah,
like each entrance of his has got to cost,
and his
like,
song is
10
a banger,
grand.
so I give it that too.
Yeah, nothing that jump out at me like.
See, Roman was the only one that really, and CM Punk, honestly.
Well, Roman's feels like epic final boss.
Yes, like there's some gravitas, like you just passed the save point with a bunch of treasure around it, so
like
you're like,
playing
oh,
Elden Ring, and then you came around the corner, and this fucking Roman Reigns.
Yes,
but it's really a hologram that pelvic thrusts at you.
Right, in 8-bit form.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, this is a shit boss. Like, Jesus Christ.
And he whips your ass anyway. Oh man, I can't think of any that are just like. I mean, House of Black's pretty cool.
It is. Seth Rollins' new entrance, I really dig.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like His is
but
cool,
I loved Burn It Down more though, so I can't really say.
It's like my mom used to say. She's like, I love him and I love you guys too, but I love y'all differently. Yeah.
See, that just means that she loves you one more than the other, though.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all that means.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I am with Seth Rollins. I just love him all together.
Yeah, God, I hope he takes a bow. Michael, you didn't get to do your 5 favorite best entrances. Can you give us one real fast?
Like, you want all 5, or just want me to give you like just one off the top of the 5?
Yeah, just rattle them off.
Rattle them off.
Off the top of my head, best entrances: Taker, Kane. Finn has an amazing entrance. Bray Wyatt's original, walking with the lantern and the fireflies was awesome. And then I would say the last one, just for sheer entertainment, it's such a stupid entrance, but it's just funny, is
Jurassic
the
Express.
Boogeyman's, where he just comes tearing ass out at you.
Right.
I did like
the Brood always jumped out
Boogeyman.
at me as a big one, that I always liked the Brood.
No one ever
That's a good
talks
one.
about the Brood. I think it's because of Gangrel. Like, if Gangrel was not the leader of the Brood, then people might talk about it more.
The Fiends. In fact, he may have been on my list.
See, I like Firefly Bray Wyatt more than the
I
Fiend.
like both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I like the Fiend music.
See, I'm your mom on this one. Like, I love one more than the other.
Yeah, I like the family. Bray.
You're my mom, mommy.
In this instance, you're the Fiend, Primo. Your brother
All right.
is.
Anything else here, boys?
Firefly.
Let's wrap it
Oh
up
yeah. What about
Can I throw out an entrance I want to never see again because it takes goddamn forever and makes no sense?
Also The Undertaker?
No, John Moxley. Why is he always in a parking lot? Why does it always take 15 minutes to get into the ring to Wild Thing, which is a shitty entrance song? Just admit it already.
All right,
What about,
I'll second that. Go, Primo.
What about 1996, 97 Silent Crow Sting?
Yeah.
Were you descended from the rafter?
We're
That was
descended.
Yeah.
I
Hell
love
yeah.
Crow Sting. I love everything about Crow Sting.
I love all the Stings.
Even Joker Sting from TNA.
Not the Police though.
No, fuck the Police. I mean, not like the Police. That's a song.
All right,
Yeah.
last entrances, boys. We got to move on. Any last entrances? Any last entrances before we move on? Any?
No, I just wanted to mainly. I just wanted to talk about Roman's new entrance and how effective it actually is.
I will say it's funny how Edge, Edge has had Metalingus with Alter Bridge all these years, and then he had Alter Bridge come do a new song for him for Judgment Day, and then he got kicked out of Judgment Day, and now Judgment Day still uses that same song.
Yeah, I know, right?
And he just reverted back to his old song.
Right.
You know what's really funny about that too is that he left Judgment Day because they wanted him to do like spooky supernatural crap, and then Vince leaves like 3 months later. He's like, ah,
yeah.
All right, AJ, you got anything else for Dropkick?
Nope. That was I feel a fitting. If we could have like exit music or whatever,
that was a good one. Yep.
But we couldn't. So entrance is basically the same thing.
Good stuff. So we'll see the Dropkick discussion, here and there through 2023. So
real quick, my favorite thing about I know I'm cutting you off again, but my favorite thing about one of Michael's is when Kane, his entrances are all cool. My favorite entrance song was Slow Chemical by Finger 11, but when sometimes he'll dig a little bit deeper than other times, and it just seems like the explosion is that much more
better. Yeah, sometimes he's just like, he's like the reverse 8-bit Roman.
Like if he lets it go up a little higher. And...
Yeah.
Also, it starts with like that explosion, like back in the Attitude Era when they were doing pyro. It started with fire, and then he lit it up when he got to the ring too. It's such a cool entrance.
Yes,
that is a cool entrance.
All right, we'll see the Dropkick discussion sometime in 2023. We haven't got to update the King of the Mountain here for a little while, so Primo, hit that Triple H music, baby. Let's go, Lim.
Time to play the game!
All right, to bring everybody back up to speed here, AJ is still the current King of the Mountain with 6. Primo coming into this week was the leader with 1, and myself and AJ were sitting at 0. Now, the last time we made picks, we chose between the good old World Cup between Morocco and Canada.
Wow, that was so long ago.
I know, right. Morocco and Canada went at it in the FIFA World Cup. Now, why Morocco and Canada? Well, Morocco, relation was Don Morocco. Canada, tons of wrestlers from Canada. Pick one. So that's why we went with those two. So AJ and Primo went with Morocco. I went with Canada. Final score, Morocco 2, Canada 1. So Primo and AJ will both get a point to add to the streak. Now to bring Primo to the high streak with 2, AJ with 1, and me with 0.
Again, like the 4 of us could beat Canada on the soccer pitch, as they call it. They're bad. They're very bad.
We could, but we've been getting a lot of downloads from Canada, so I don't want to pick.
I love you, Canada, but
because
you're
I
awesome.
love you. Yep. All right, boys. So Primo is leading the streak with 2, AJ at 1, me at 0. Today,
I'm coming back for that streak.
That's got a long way to go.
Well, it's bowl season, boys, so we're going to have to pick from a college football bowl.
Foosball.
Texas beats Washington at the Alamo Bowl.
Thursday, December 29th, in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl,
That's so
we got Syracuse versus Minnesota. Now, why Syracuse? Why Minnesota? Well, Syracuse, Bray Wyatt's daddy was in the varsity club, and he wore a singlet from Syracuse.
Ah, yes,
like
very
Rotunda.
good.
So we went with Syracuse there. And then Minnesota, man, Ric Flair, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Arn and Ole. But here's the
Brock
kicker.
Lesnar.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar too, yeah. All right, so here's the kicker, boys. We're going to pick against the spread today, okay? So Syracuse and Minnesota. Minnesota is a 10-point favorite. Pushes their wins. So, so Primo, you are leading the streak right now. Are you taking Syracuse plus 10, or are you going Minnesota minus 10?
You're asking me for Minnesota to win, right? I mean, at minus 10, they still win.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Do you understand how this works?
Yeah.
Have you gambled before?
Yeah. So we're picking against the spread. Minnesota's giving up 10 points. Are you still taking Minnesota to win by more than 10? Or
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You taking
I
Minnesota?
say as long as I still they get the victory, but yeah, it's gonna be more than 10.
Okay. AJ, what about you?
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you.
That's okay.
So Minnesota is getting 10 points.
Yeah. Minnesota is giving up 10 points.
No, Minnesota is giving up 10 points. Yeah, I'm still
giving up 10 points.
I'm still taking Minnesota. Yeah, they're going to fucking crush Syracuse.
They may only give them 10 points.
That comes from my extensive knowledge of the football, by the way.
I ain't got nothing to lose, so I'm going to go Syracuse because if you guys lose, I'm the leader.
It's good for you, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Syracuse. So
that's the smart move.
Yep. All right, AJ, still the King of the Mountain streak leader. We'll see if see how that goes next week. Primo, since you got time, brother, why don't you plug that good old Sit Down Marks merch we got?
I mean, I guess I have a little bit of time. So we do have Mark's merch. If you want to get your hands on some, you go to the website. It is www.tpublic.com/stores/sitdownmarks. That is www.tpublic.com/stores/SITDOWNMARKS. You can go there and get t-shirts, face masks, journals, baby clothes,
coffee mugs,
stickers.
Unfortunately, not one of these bad boys yet, but soon.
Nope, you had to go contact Jet Designs for those.
Yes.
And those are exclusive anyway, so fuck off. But no, the other one, go to tpublic.com/stores/sitdownmarks.
All right.
And when can I expect you all to be on Cameo to tell people to go fuck themselves?
I will get on Cameo now if somebody pays for it to tell me to go fuck
right,
themselves. Oh, we also have these bracelets right here that I'm wearing right now.
And we also have those hats. Wait,
toboggans.
No, where are you? They're toboggans. There they are.
A toque.
There they are.
A toque. For our Canadian friends, toques.
All right, boys, let's have some fun, man. It's time to play Square Circle Questions. Primo's going to host today. It's AJ versus DB versus Maggle. Game show music time. Let's go.
What we have right now is a teachable moment.
Love it.
Just enough time for me to grab another beer. So, welcome to Primo's version of Square Circle Questions. I'm your host. Today, our contestants will be Maggle Maggle Maggle, AJ,
We're flat on Friday night, Maggle,
and the Doty Boyd. So, I by a random
very Coco.
Dude.
I have questions. I have like four questions in potpourri. I have the wrestler, of course, and I also have a wrestling pay-per-view. So, by random order, I chose AJ to choose the first category.
Let's get the let's do. Wait, what are the categories?
Obviously, they've been the same for 97 episodes.
Yeah.
Let's go with pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view, baby. All right, so this pay-per-view was in. First one to shout out gets the answer, and there you go. You know how to play the game. So this pay-per-view was in 2005. It was held in Los Angeles, California at the Staples Center. There were 20,193 in attendance. The card was as follows. Booker won a 30-man interpromotional battle royal, eliminating Chris Masters to win.
Wait, was this Mania?
Maybe.
I'm gonna say WrestleMania 2005.
I'm gonna need more than that, Michael.
You said the name of the event, right?
Yes, that's not the name of the event, though.
WrestleMania is the name of the event. Is what I'm guessing.
It
is what I'm saying.
It is, but they usually go by numbers. Rey Mysterio defeated Eddie Guerrero.
You cock.
Edge defeated Chris Jericho, Shelton Benjamin, Chris Benoit, Christian and Kane in the inaugural Money in the Bank ladder match.
WrestleMania 21.
You did the math.
Michael,
you did the math faster than I could.
Yeah.
This leads me to, let me just read off the rest of the card real quick. Undertaker defeated Randy Orton. Trish Stratus defeated Christy Hemme for the WWE Women's Championship. Kurt Angle defeated Shawn Michaels by submission. Aki Bono defeated Big Show in a sumo match.
Oh, yeah.
John Cena defeated JBL to win his first WWE Championship.
Yes.
And Batista defeated Triple H to win his first World Heavyweight Championship.
They usually go by numbers.
The only one that went by a year was WrestleMania 2000, Michael.
Yes, hilarious. Moving on.
Sorry, I had to be you know the rules are rules. So you still got the point. Moving on, Michael, would you like to continue to potpourri or the wrestler?
Hit me with the wrestler.
The wrestler. He was born December 21st, 1991 in Duluth, Minnesota.
Brock Lesnar.
His real name in 1991?
I don't know.
In 1991, Brock Lesnar was already eating small children.
Yes, he was.
Real name is Nikola Bogojevic. He grew up in Superior, Wisconsin, and was a top amateur wrestler in high school. He won the national title in Greco-Roman wrestling at the Junior Pan American Games in 2011 and a Greco-Roman bronze at the 2014 Pan American Games.
Can I guess again?
Yeah.
Chad Gable.
Nobody else has.
Chad Gable.
No. He was at one point considered a prospect for the U.S. Greco-Roman wrestling team in 2012 Summer Olympics and spent some time training at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado.
The only wrestler I can think of born in 91 is in the 90s, like in Minnesota, be Otis, but I don't think he's born in 91.
He signed with the WWE Performance Center in 2016, and that is Otis.
Michael, you fucking turd.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I thought he was born in 96.
The other stats here, he was trained by Mercury Pro Wrestling as well as the Performance Center, signed with WWE Performance Center in April 2016. Also going by the ring names El Gran Gordo and Niko Bogojevic. He was a former Money in the Bank winner as well as a tag team champion. He's also been known as Dozer. He was one half of tag team known as Heavy Machinery and is currently one half of Alpha Academy.
I said Otis.
The only reason I remember that is because I remember Brock
Otis.
Lesnar and talking something about Brock Lesnar and Otis are from the same place. They're both Minnesota boys. That's the only reason I remember that.
Nice.
Ole Anderson.
So 2 down, and I have 4 potpourri questions here. I can come up with a 5th one if I have to. So, with John Cena coming back on Friday, these are all related to John Cena. I'm not going to do pen and paper. Just shout it out if you know it.
Okay.
Who was John Cena's first ever pay-per-view opponent?
Undertaker.
Benjamin.
Brock Lesnar.
No, all incorrect.
Otis.
Chris Benoit.
Just kidding. It wasn't Otis. Not Chris Benoit either.
Eddie Guerrero.
Kurt Angle.
Wow. No.
Oh.
A terrible one considering he was his first match.
Right.
Big Show.
No.
JBL.
His first WrestleMania match. No,
Yes.
it was his first WWE Championship win.
The Rock.
It was only once in a lifetime, AJ.
Batista.
Twice in a lifetime. Yeah. No, it was not
Randy
Batista.
Orton. Gotta be Randy
Nope.
Orton. He's wrestled 90 times on
All
pay-per-view.
right, go ahead. Go ahead and tell us.
Y'all are all wrong. His first pay-per-view opponent ever was Chris Jericho.
Really?
Yeah.
Bullshit. It was clearly Brock
Give me
Lesnar.
2 seconds.
Clearly.
Brock Otis.
Brock Rock Lesnar.
Otis.
Brock
Gable.
Lesnar. Once in a lifetime.
All right.
So,
Rick Otis.
John Cena has won the tag team championships of collective 4 times. That's 2 times as the WWE and 2 times as the world tag team champions with what 4 competitors?
Rey Mysterio.
Name all 4 of them?
Actually, and just as a heads up, I'm going to give you 1. So you only have to name 3 because you're never going to guess the 1 is David Otunga.
That was the one I was going to guess.
So you get to guess the other 3. Tag team champions with John Cena.
R-Truth.
Edge.
No. You guys really don't know your John Cena history.
Brock Lesnar.
No, because that's yeah.
No,
that's your era, pal.
That's why it's written on my paper.
That's right. That's why we're all going.
I'm thinking here. The only one I know of was I'm pretty sure he won him with HBK at some point, didn't he?
Correct. Before the WrestleMania match, yes.
Big Show.
Big
No.
Show.
That was The Miz and Chris Jericho.
The Jera Miz.
Who the hell else was in OVW at the same time?
It was The Miz. He was tag team
Batista?
champions.
Leviathan.
There you go, Michael, with the answers. It was The Miz, Shawn Michaels, and Batista. Were the other 3?
I got the Miz.
Right, Michael got more.
Yeah, he did.
I'll give you that one, The Miz.
Yeah.
What was John Cena's first singles championship?
United States.
U.S. champ.
Hardcore title.
AJ, correct.
Yeah. AJ got it before me, you know.
I got the United States championship. How many times has he won that championship?
52.
7.
8.
52. No, you're all wrong.
4.
Especially the 52.
Spinner.
No. The spinner belt
50.
was the first iteration. Yeah.
50. Once in each state.
51. Puerto Rico.
I'm going 3.
I'm going to say 4.
It's more than that, isn't it? It's like because he's held that belt a couple times.
We don't know, obviously.
I'm gonna say 5 then.
Primo's looking at us like a disappointed dad. Like
Michael wins because it is 5. He beats you guys. He swept the floor with you.
Yeah, he did.
Real quick,
Jesus Christ.
Just as a bonus question, can anyone name the outstanding 2002 class of OVW that he came up with?
Randy Orton, Leviathan, Brock Lesnar, John Cena,
Batista.
But who was Leviathan? Yes. Who else was in there? Shelton Benjamin was tag team partners with Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
God, there was so much talent
That's
in
really
that class.
really the main highlights.
Michael, why do you know so much about that year's OVW?
I would have accepted Randy, Batista, John, Shelton, and Brock.
That's because
5.
It's the most successful developmental program that's ever been. Like that class of OVW was the potential of a developmental class. That's essentially why Laurinaitis decided to start his own in Florida.
Hall of Famers in that whole class.
Yeah, all of them are Hall of Famers. Like
and David Otunga.
Poor David Otunga.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah, Otunga's good. It's just in that class you have to be John Cena level good to stand out.
Right. Well, congratulations, Michael. You done beat these 2 knuckleheads who don't know nothing
we bow
about
down
John
to
Cena.
Michael because we don't know shit about Cena.
I was doing good at my guessing today, apparently.
Woof.
Good stuff, man. All right, Primo, thanks for hosting. We'll be back again. What game are we playing?
He's never going to let me host again.
Yeah, no, Jesus Christ. I mean, Michael.
AJ's new game next week.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's going to be fun. All right. So it's the end of the year, boys. So we got to touch on some biggest moments, matches of 2022, best pay-per-views. What did we remember? What stood out to us? Now I'm going to throw these things out in no particular order, in no particular importance. So don't lose your shit, Michael, when I say something else. Okay?
What?
So we'll throw some things out there that, that were, to start off, were some of the biggest moments in wrestling. Okay. One of the first things I got was obviously CM Punk coming to AEW. One of the bigger stories of the year. Now he's gone. Another big story. Cody leaving, going to WWE. Big story. Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman coming back to WWE. Saraya Paige to AEW. Ronda came back. Vince McMahon retired. Stone Cold was at Mania, and he had a fucking match against Kevin Owens. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Biggest moments, every time MJF had a microphone in his hand. MJF knocking out Regal was probably one of the big things there towards the end. Kenny Omega came back. What else jumps out to you guys? These are kind of some of the things that just moments, of made you remember.
FTR Briscoes. Their 3 matches this year were fucking incredible.
Yes.
Personally, on a personal level, my favorite moment of the entire year was Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
All of us fucking marks were there in attendance, minus what you mentioned 2 seconds ago about Ronda coming back.
Yeah, you were not happy about it.
I was pissed.
I was happy. I liked it. It was a good pop.
However, no, that was a great memory for me for this year. It was my first Rumble, and I did it with the boys. So yeah.
That's right.
Other than that, FTR Briscoes.
Yes.
Great.
I got them on biggest matches up next.
Then other moments.
Best trio or trilogy of the year.
The return of Bully Ray to Impact.
Ooh.
Great moments.
I know, right? Let's talk matches, man. Let me throw that out there, too.
Well, real quick, before you move on.
Speaking of go ahead.
Moments, how about, not to just keep talking about the Royal Rumble, but Mickie James as an Impact Women's Champion coming over to the Royal Rumble.
Bringing the title with her, too.
I still owe DB a personal pan pizza for being right about her bet about that.
That was a good call.
I said Mickie James.
Hardcore country.
There
You have
it
to play it
is.
twice now because you said it twice.
Yeah.
Hardcore
Thank you.
country.
All right.
Everything is right with the world.
Biggest matches, obviously, we just said FTR versus Briscoes. I'll say FTR versus anyone, really.
Anyone.
The one next to those guys, those were the first ones. But next to that, I thought of Gunther and Sheamus. I thought
my God,
that was
I loved
pretty legit. Like, I love my house fights, so that, of course, I'm on a ding, 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 ding. Radar's going to go off on that one. But Roman Logan at Crown Jewel was legit. Whether
Cody
we like
and
it or don't. Seth and Cody 1 and 2. Yeah. Mox and Yuta was a sneaky good
Seth
match.
and Cody were so good. Yeah.
Punk and MJF.
Punk and JF was great. Yeah.
We're gonna go back to moments for a second. It's not really a moment, but the resurgence of Sheamus this year. He killed it all year long. I fucking loved it. So much so that I would like Sheamus to take one of the belts off of Roman.
He bounced back from being a brawling brute and
just killed it. Just absolutely killed it.
How about Karrion Kross doing indie shows one weekend and showing up on SmackDown the next, next Friday?
Or not doing indie shows. As the case may be.
Yep, definitely. I don't know if it was a big moment, but I'm going to throw it out there because it was Taz's belt. Hook winning the FTW title.
I think it was a huge moment for Taz.
Sure,
as much as I shit on the FTW belt because it doesn't mean anything, but it means a lot to Taz, and it's his son. So obviously that's a big deal.
The Ricky Starks face turn, I think, is notable because it was just people were rabid for it.
Yeah.
I think any match with Claudio this year was
the dog collar match this year.
Was the what?
The dog collar match, was that this year?
FTR Briscoes?
Yeah, FTR.
No,
MJF
and MJF.
Punk. Yeah, that was this year.
Yeah, that was this year. Yeah, Punk came and left in 1 year.
So. As much as some people didn't like it, I really liked the Trials of Jericho.
I did too. I liked it.
Where
Nick Gage on AEW.
The Lionheart and shit like that. Yeah.
Where he had to face Hoovy Juice was on AEW.
Yeah. Hoovy Juice was fucking awesome. With Brian Cage on AEW is the weirdest thing. Oh, also, I'm glad this is at the very end of the year. We need to talk about, speaking of moments, our girl Billy Starks on AEW Dark. Finally, yeah.
That's cool, man. Did she have
it.
a year or what, man? She wrestled in Japan, comes back. Now she's all over AEW. She's getting signed soon, probably. I mean, she can go wherever she wants, but
she has one of the brightest futures. I mean, she's 18. She is
got the whole world in
child.
front of her.
Yeah, that she is going to have a career.
So let's talk about pay-per-views, man. I went back and put a little bit of research. Yeah, sorry, you're right. Premium live events. I went back and did some real research and remembered these, and I ranked the top 3 of what I thought. And you can argue with them, say whatever, but let's start with WWE. I thought the number 1 was Clash at the Castle. Every match was great, top to bottom. I think was the best. War Games, Survivor Series, I had it number 2. Awesome matches, and I had Mania and SummerSlam at a tie at 3 and 4. I think you kind of could have flipped any one of those over. So for WWE, you guys think I'm pretty on point there, or
I was gonna say Survivor Series was probably my favorite pay-per-view, and I think it was the best one out of everything.
I agree with that.
And it's weird. There was a distinct change in quality about midsummer. Which is weird that
the
happened.
Damnedest thing.
I know, but
that's a moment we didn't talk about.
Fuck it.
The retirement of Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I mentioned it. I mean, it's definitely. I think wrestling's gotten. I mean, I'm gonna call it what it is. Wrestling's gotten better since he's left. Man. I love what he's done for the business. No disrespect and that kind of stuff, and I hope he don't come back because it's, a questionable storyline or segment or something's going to make me go, damn it, he's back.
Yep.
Or something.
It'll kill the morale.
Still is the majority stockholder. He could be back anytime.
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's flip to AEW. These were my 3. I thought number 1, above and beyond, the best one was Forbidden Door. You can't make matches like that on any other card unless it's collaboration. So, I mean, just awesome, top to bottom. Just AEW though, I thought Revolution was number 1 and Full Gear, or Revolution was 2nd and Full Gear 3rd. Full Gear being the one where MJF just won the title. Thought it was a solid review. Revolution was when they were telling the Eddie Jericho story, which was kind of one of my favorite things of the year because I mean with Eddie being on there. So, but I mean Forbidden Door just super sick. That card was untouchable for the year. It was the best pay-per-view in wrestling this year, I think.
So I will say that not only was Forbidden Door the best pay-per-view of the year across all companies and promotions, I think it's one of the best pay-per-views that we're going to have in a very long time. I will go back and rewatch that over and over just because it was top to bottom, just brilliant.
I hope it's a yearly thing. I know they had it on the list for 2023 as pay-per-view. So,
which, thank God.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
With everything that we kind of just talked about in a nutshell, let's break this down into 2 categories. AEW versus W. Which one was the most talked about? Because you had storylines in AEW with the wrestlers. You had things going on in WWE with Vince. And then, wrestling-wise, let's cut all the bullshit out. Who had the best wrestling year, AEW or WWE? Primo, you want to go first, man? What are you thinking?
I think WWE did. I mean, you would say cut all the bullshit out, then I just cut out AEW. So, I mean, the AEW is good. I'm just kidding. There's just a lot of drama that overshadowed most of the year. They had a lot of hiccups in the summer and in the fall where they had to call audibles. And that's just at the time when WWE was picking back up. Also, WrestleMania was a hit. Royal Rumble was a hit. So, I mean, I think Survivor Series War Games was cool. And even though we consider that the lowest of the big 4. So I dropped my Rubik's Cube. But no, I still think that, the big leagues is WWE all day long.
Okay. So you're going WWE most talked about and wrestling.
Yeah. If I'm not talking about their drama, yeah.
Well, most talked about is drama. That's politics.
I thought you said cut away the bullshit. If I'm not cutting away the bullshit,
I said for the second part. You were in your Rubik's Cube. You weren't listening. All right, Michael, what do you think, man? Most talked about promotion and who had the better wrestling year?
Yeah, I'm glad it's a Rubik's Cube because I'm just seeing him looking down and some clacking noise is happening and his hands are moving back and forth. It's fucking
Robot
weird,
dong.
dude. AEW had the most talked about because of all the goddamn drama and Twitter fights and like the rumor mills and all the wrestling reporters were spreading the rumors and it was a fucking mess. It's a mess. Sure. WWE, you had the whole Vince thing, but that's more of like a corporate boardroom thing versus like a wrestling program. So I'd say AEW is way more talked about for the wrestling. Cutting away all the bullshit. I hate saying this, but once you get past the bloodline, WWE is still very much a bland program. It is still very much a Vince McMahon. They're trying to get away from it, obviously. Like Triple H is doing a great job so far. He's only been at the helm since SummerSlam, though.
Yeah.
AEW has really high quality matches. It's just their booking and storylines are all over the goddamn place, and it's a clusterfuck. But the matches are really good. They are really good. And are you grouping in ROH and AEW at the same time? Because if you're doing that, then you got FTR and Briscoes, which to me those are the 3 matches of the year. Absolutely the top 3 of the year.
Yeah. AJ?
So if you break the year into 2 parts, which I think is only fair to do, the first half clearly goes to AEW for the better, was having the better year, and then they fell off a fucking cliff. And WWE saw them on the way down as they were climbing that cliff, and now WWE is back on top. They are. I mean, they have a booking. They book themselves into a corner with the Bloodline, which I'm not worried about it. I think they'll book themselves out of it in an entertaining and satisfying way, unless Drew McIntyre takes the title. But as far as WWE had the better year because it's ending on such a better spot than AEW. As far as most talked about, I would argue that it was equal because if you think about Vince McMahon leaving WWE was as monumental as Vince McMahon buying out other promotions back in the early 80s. That's how much he means to the business, and him leaving, you would think it would have a negative effect on it, but no, it has had nothing but a positive effect on it, and I think people are talking about that. The AEW crap is AEW crap. Like it was mostly ignored or it annoyed people like me.
Annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah, me, and I'm still annoyed by it.
It turned so many fans off, too.
Yes, it did. So in that regard, I think WWE wins in both counts. Most talked about and as far as quality goes. Yeah. The Bloodline is the main thing, but there's still Seth. Cody's back. Finn Balor is still amazing, even though he's a mid-carder for the rest of his career. There's Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. There's so much good in WWE, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah, WWE definitely won the year in wrestling. I think AEW won the year as far as most talked about because I think most of us are putting the bullshit that happened with Punk and everything backstage versus like what happened with Vince. That could probably cancel each other out. But way before that, the hype about Punk coming to AEW was so legit. And just,
True.
It was it just took over wrestling. You know what I mean? Once the rumors started out there and AEW was the talk, man. And
that was in 2021.
I just think they easy won the year with Punk coming in. So
I mean, I think that was in 2021 when he came in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was in 21. I just mean like momentum, and I mean coming into this year, they were like AJ said,
they started off on fire.
That was hot, and they were the first 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So
and then
I still think I'll just say this. Let's just say that we didn't know anything about that. Bucks and all that stuff happening backstage, let's just say, Punk just left, I think a lot of people would still be on AEW's bandwagon for sure. Like, I'm agreeing that you guys, that it turned off a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, there's so many things that happen. Like, the Sammy Guevara Andrade public Twitter spat, the Bucks and FTR, the end of that saga. All the other backstage politics that got leaked out. Even without Punk and that whole situation, there still was a lot of that high school drama shit being leaked out to the public that people were like, oh God, enough of this already. So, I mean, that's at least my take on it. Even if you remove all of the Punk Bucks Omega stuff, it's still a high school drama class.
All right. Good stuff, boys. I think it was a pretty good year in wrestling. I think 2023 is going to be awesome, and looking forward to it. Primo, man, let's get some headlines going here before we go home.
Yeah, man, let's get some headlines. So, according to the U.S. Sun, WWE has been plotting for Tyson Fury to make an appearance at WWE Royal Rumble. However, and they've also actually had a match for him at WrestleMania 39, supposedly. However, the Gypsy King is reportedly banned from entering the U.S. as he has been he's been linked to the alleged Irish mob boss Daniel Kinahan. Tommy Fury, who is Tyson's brother, recently confirmed on the MMA Hour that he and Tyson aren't able to get into America at all right now.
Kind of puts a damper on that plan a bit.
I won't miss that plan.
No,
darn!
I know.
Shucks a
Fuck
roo.
me, dude. God, like, fucking stop trying to go for a payday like that. That's annoying.
Yes, it is.
Nobody cares with the UK fans on that one.
That's right. He was at Clash of the Castle. I forgot all about that.
All
right, I your list just went down.
He was there, but there was no castle. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
There was a clash, though.
There were clashes. They happened.
No castles. I'm disappointed in this.
Next up, Billy Starks, former guest of the pod. Obviously, young, talented up-and-comer, is well on her way to do great things. She made her AEW debut on Tuesday in a match against Red Velvet on AEW Dark.
Fuck yeah. Congratulations.
Congrats to her,
Billy
man.
Starks.
Yeah. Awesome. About to see her on TV a lot.
Yep. I agree.
You guys remember when we were young and had the whole life ahead of us?
No.
It's been so long ago.
I swear I've been old since I was 12.
I'm somehow older than you despite being younger than you.
I never had a non-jaded attitude.
So the early odds for the 2023 Royal Rumble have been released. You guys mentioned it earlier. This is actually 1 month from today is the Royal Rumble. So early odds have just been released. For the Women's Royal Rumble, the top 5 names to win from least favorited to most favorite to win is Raquel Rodriguez, Bayley, number 3, Charlotte, number 2, Rhea Ripley, I can see that. And number 1, Becky Lynch.
No more.
I love Becky, but no.
Where's Shayna?
Yeah, honestly, I think Rhea would be a good choice.
I would love to see Rhea win it.
Actually, you know what? Rhea is probably the only choice.
Yeah.
Or
Bayley would be cool.
If Shayna doesn't win, get the title match just out of storyline.
Raquel Rodriguez, I like her, but
well, they got two.
She's too new.
Belts.
Yeah,
she's so green though.
So they can.
The only ones that I would be excited if they won were either Bayley or Rhea Ripley. I would be pumped if it was either one of them.
I'm all about somebody new winning. Put it on Raquel. As long as it, I honestly, I don't want to see Charlotte win.
Rhea hasn't won.
New.
Yeah,
Rhea can win it. That's fine. I'm good with Rhea winning.
Me too.
I'm cool with Rhea winning.
Now I'm rooting for Rhea. God damn it! So when she doesn't win,
Rhea Ripley's awesome.
She is.
She's so good.
I love her.
Yes.
I'll see. I love Becky Lynch, but I don't want to see another WrestleMania title match with Becky Lynch this year. Like I would maybe in another year.
No thanks.
So the top 5 men to win the Royal Rumble are from least to most favorited are Number 5, Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Number 4, Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with him winning it twice.
Now, keep in mind these are early odds and rumors. Okay. Number 3, The Rock.
If you smell,
I think that would make me not watch Mania.
Yeah.
Number 2,
Number
2, Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
that would be an interesting one.
At plus 300.
Now we're talking.
And number 1, most favorite right now, 1 month out is Cody Rhodes.
Fair.
See, I like the first 2. The other 3, fuck yourself. But
I'm calling CM Punk. Enters as a surprise, wins it, goes to Mania, main events, takes the belt off Roman.
I mean, I'm on board with all of this.
That would be so Kenny Omega's going to win in a herd.
Kenny Omega is then going to make a stupid face and fall down a lot. So,
I did see somewhere that Triple H wants to do like a Forbidden Door thing again.
God, I hope he does.
He has said he is interested in taking a call from Punk because it's all about business.
Sure,
it is.
And Punk hasn't said shit since the whole thing with AEW happened.
No, he hasn't. He was just on FDR's podcast, and I haven't listened to it yet. But
CM Punk probably won't take it because the Rumble's in Texas, and they don't know how to do a proper pop down in Texas.
No, they don't because they're a bunch of weirdos.
I would just wait.
Oh, they probably know better and just would say that he should have stayed with.
They don't know a star when they see one. Is what you're saying?
I would also like to throw.
Look, I love CM Punk too, but just like.
But I'm from Texas. Else. We don't like that kind down there.
He's a fucking whiny bitch, dude.
And yet you have Kenny Omega merchandise. Interesting. Your hypocrisy.
I have CM Punk merchandise as well.
Hypocrisy, sir.
Any more headlines, Primo?
That's it.
That is it.
Dateline: Primo plays with Robot Dong. You forgot to mention one hacksaw Jim Duggan. An intruder who broke into his house until the police came.
Wait, what?
How did no one hear about this? Okay,
I don't know.
So Jim Duggan is at his home, and this is like the story was published on December 21st. Someone breaks into his home at night, and it's Jim Duggan, right? And so he holds the guy at gunpoint until like the cops get there. And then everyone's surprised that a professional wrestler who's a mountain of a human being can stop an intruder.
Was it actually a gun, or was he just holding a 2x4 pointing it like a gun?
Oh my god, I was hoping the story said he had a 2x4, but it doesn't. It's an actual gun.
Man.
But yeah, everyone was okay. No one got hurt. But yeah, he held an intruder at gunpoint until the police came. And then he sent out a lovely little tweet thanking the county sheriff's department.
Huh. How about that?
He's on a roll. He just beat cancer recently, too.
And beat
Jim
he did.
Duggan's the man. He's awesome.
He say, thank you, tough guy. All right, good stuff, man. I can't wait to see him on February the 11th. Dreamwave Wrestling.
Me neither. It's going to be awesome.
All right. AJ, why don't you give us that preview of next week, sir?
This is a lot, but I'm going to get through it.
Yep. Pause.
Quick reminder.
Pause.
Next week.
Pause.
Damn it.
Yeah.
You
guys are not on your game today.
Where is it?
How you doing? This is the Corn Man, Corn Boy, a.k.a. Kevin Gutierrez. You are listening to Sit Down Marks with DB, Primo, and AJ.
See what happens when we take time off? We're just so rusty.
To be fair, I do that every week. So that's not anything.
I mean, it's not every week, right?
no, it's every week.
I can swear I've seen you get through this once.
One time, maybe.
Fair enough.
Okay, can I go now?
Go.
Okay. Just a reminder, next week, the pod will drop on Tuesdays, which means we're recording it right here on YouTube on Monday. We kick off our 2023 with our first pod of the year, talking early Royal Rumble predictions and who we expect to have a big year in 2023. We'll be trying out my brand new fun trivia game next week as well. It's awesome. As our 100th episode and 2-year anniversary is right around the corner, we thank you all for your support and the continued growth of the podcast. It's been great meeting a lot of you at wrestling shows where we were fans, sponsors, or workers. The great reviews we have been getting have been really great for us, and we just wanted to say thank you again. One more time, as more good things on the way in 2023 for us. That is a weirdly worded sentence. Anyways, thank you, Canada, for the love. Thank you, Australia, for listening to us as well. We appreciate you all. That is true. Lastly, and we never like to brag, but we are using this as motivation. But last week, we were ranked, still blows my mind, number 72 in the USA in wrestling podcast. Number 72. That's top 100, baby.
Yeah.
So fucking awesome.
Dope.
And we thank you so much for that. We appreciate your time, and it's cool to see that so many of you like what we do here and how we do wrestling in our own format, and the continued rise of downloads have been mind-blowing, and we thank you. Happy New Year, happy wrestling in 2023, and be safe out there. Let's talk soon, shall we? Yes.
We shall.
Good
All
night,
right,
Thomas
a little update. Our boy Brian Battle took his first loss in the UFC last fight. He lost, but he will bounce back and will be back in the UFC. So we'll continue to support him. Have you guys seen the Ric Flair documentary on Peacock? Anybody watch that yet?
Not yet.
That is my weekend enjoyment watch.
Yeah, I haven't yet. I really want to, though.
I'm worried about it.
I mean, if you already know the story of Flair, it's nothing crazy. It tells a lot of different stories, has a lot of different cameos from guys on there. So definitely worth watching. I was expecting, he was talking about, I'm not holding any punches back on this one. I'm going to tell the truth, all that stuff. But, it's not to anything like, a sticky situation or something that we all want to know the details about. You know what I mean? But
no helicopter wang or anything?
Right. No. He talks about the plane crash. He talks about his relationship with his kids being gone a lot, that kind of stuff. How the Four Horsemen came together, all that kind of stuff. So definitely worth watching. It just came out. Where's Adam Cole? By the way,
Hurt still.
He's
recovering.
Still hurt.
Yeah,
still recovering. Yeah,
he's still pretty injured. Same with Kyle O'Reilly.
Same with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Well, Randy Orton had surgery.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So, but that is all I got. Michael, thank you for coming back, brother. Happy New Year. I hope the back gets better because I want it to heal up properly so I can put you in the backbreaker, Lex Luger style.
Little torture rack action.
The old torture rack.
Well, thank you very much, Dirty. I really appreciate the invite. I love telling you guys you're wrong on things.
Yes.
For you fans out there, if you ever want to send me a note that tells me that I'm wrong, go ahead and give it to AJ next time you see him, and I'll tell you personally to go fuck yourself in a text message.
True. This is all true.
Good
I
stuff.
will deliver messages.
You boys got anything else before we get on out of here for the last time in 2022?
Last time on a Wednesday.
I will say something positive for a change for you guys.
What?
I brace.
What?
I know. 2023 is actually shaping up to be a damn fine year for professional wrestling. So,
I think so too.
Strap yourselves in and feel the G's.
Feel the G's.
Let's go. Next week, the pod's dropping on Tuesday. We're recording on Monday on YouTube. If you want to come check us out, AJ's debuting his brand new game, and we're going to have a New Year's themed promo school. And I got a little game for AJ next week. I'm gonna have him play, and it involves Hulk Hogan. So it's not gonna make you mad. It's not gonna make you mad. It's the fun part of Hogan, if there is one. So
brother.
We got that going on next week. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Primo, AJ, Michael, Happy New Year, brother. Good
Happy New Year, brother.
You as well, my man.
Yes, sir, man. We'll see you guys next week. AJ, take us home.
I don't know what that was.
So, the rumor is that that those lion, yellow, egg-sucking dogs, the stand-up marks, are playing this injured fucking card. Oh, I'm injured all of a sudden after I call them out. Now they got bad backs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
How
I think you
convenient.
should call yourselves the laydown marks. That's all you're getting done, brother. Woo!
Woo!